look at two different like the
No, I can read both. I can read here
no, but
better.
like the like you won't be looking.
Hello.
You won't-
Magandang umaga po. I
Huh.
have to come back because the first live was cut by YT dahil it violates the community rules. So I'm just doing another live stream right now.
But like, will this be going on during the regular
Mhm.
broadcast? I think you should move it back, or else you're going to be only camera and not that one.
No, I will talk to them in there.
But you'll still have this going on, and
Yeah.
you'll like your eyes will be drawn to because it's closer.
It's okay because it's the same.
No, but you can tell on the video, like you can tell on the video. Oh, it doesn't look like you're paying attention to like that.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. So if you're going to be streaming both, then like put the camera back at there.
But I cannot see from there. You cannot.
Then tell
point.
them to go to your Facebook comments. I don't know.
Mm, it's okay. I'll leave it this way. I'm streaming in both YouTube um, Entra Mujeres Radio and Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. Thank you for joining. So Hana,
We are on Facebook.
we are live in Facebook.
Yeah,
All right, where is it now?
just 1 minute.
All right, just live. We are live in Facebook right now. Please join us. Mga kababayan, hello, Bet TV. Thank you so much. Please share. Ready?
Just a minute.
Why can't you just tell your YouTube channel?
I need watch hours. That's why my daughter doesn't know why I'm doing the live.
No, because you're just separating your like
Viewers.
Viewers, yeah.
This is the YouTube live of Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. Hola mga kababayan, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. This is Ria Luz of Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. And finally, I am back at Entra Mujeres Radio for the very first time after the lockdown. Kumusta na po kayong mga kaibigan at mga kababayan ko dyan? At ngayon ay napaka-espesyal ng ating episode dahil we are celebrating the 122nd anniversary of Philippines Independence Day celebration as well as kasama ko ang aking ganda at mabait na anak na si Hana, ang second daughter. At higit sa lahat ay it's such an honor that we are back right here in this and also I wanted to recognize Entra Mujeres Radio Mujeres, congratulate ang, the mother of Entre Mujeres Radio, ang nanay, Vero Acosta. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Where is Javier? So people would know. Every time I call the name Javier, at least they need to see
Okay.
who is Javier.
Say hi.
Yay! Yes, the man behind Entre Mujeres Radio. Thank you so much, Vero Acosta, for allowing Buhay Buhay sa Amerika on this broadcast, as well as allowing us to broadcast live at Entre Mujeres Radio. And I bring this for you.
Oh, it's a
And-
beautiful basket with fruit. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
This is our as Vero and Javier has sent me a beautiful basket of fruits, and I made something for you.
Okay, thank you, Ria. We are very proud from you in our team, in our family. Thank you very much for
Oh.
always being here with us. I speak a little English. Gracias, Ria. Muchas gracias. Estamos muy contentos de tenerte en nuestra familia de Entre Mujeres Radio.
Sí,
Eres
and
una persona maravillosa. You are a wonderful person.
oh, thank you. Entre Mujeres Radio es mi radio.
Ajá.
Sí, yo soy familia
Claro.
de Entre Mujeres
Of
Radio.
course.
See, now I'm beginning to speak Spanish.
Yeah.
That is why, looking back, we have reached long miles of a milestone of not only a friendship but being family.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for
Thank you, Ria. Thank you.
being with us.
Okay.
So this is for
Continue.
you. But
Okay.
for now, I think it's good in the table. Can you let
Okay,
this stay? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
but
you,
this
Rina.
is yours. I'm not taking it home.
Okay, perfect.
So okay ba yan, mga kababayan? It's a Filipino gesture of whenever someone you appreciate someone, ayan, bumabalik tayo at pinapaalanan po natin na tayo ay nasa Entre Mujeres Radio muli at higit sa lahat ay mata ko dahil ang Entre Mujeres Radio ay inyong lingkod na mag-broadcast muli. Unfortunately, I cannot bring live bands and more than one guest. And so I choose my daughter to come with me. Hannah is with me today as my guest, my co-host, and everything in between. Hannah is such a joy to have. Anyway, so thank you so much, Hannah. Would
You're
you like to
welcome.
say a few words and greet them?
Hi, thank you for watching today.
Hannah is 17 years old, and she this year for her as a senior
Yes.
at Mountain Point. Where are you planning to go, Hannah?
I plan on going to the University of Arizona to study neuroscience and cognitive science.
Yes. So, matalino tong anak ko. Kasi, syempre, kailangan ibuhatin yung bangko ng anak, di ba? So, ayan. So, I am actually streaming live on Buhay Buhay sa Amerika YouTube, as well as Buhay Buhay sa Amerika Facebook page, and also Entre Mujeres Radio's page and YouTube channels. So you have so much choices to go to and connect to any one of us. But the first thing we need is your comment, your likes, and your comments will be the one to make our show even more exciting, because the more comments you send, the more the show would be interesting. Kaya you are part of this broadcast. So wag kayong makakalimot mag-comment.
Yes.
So say it in Filipino. In Chinese. Hannah can speak Chinese better than Filipino right now. So, but as I wanted to mention today we have our featured artist, which is all the way from Canada. She became a good friend of mine in YouTube. Her name is Lori Blog Sing in YouTube. In real life, her name is Lourdes Ernesto, all the way from Canada. She's been married for 15 years. I mean, no, 21 years. And kasi you look 15, my sister. Ayan na si Lori Blog Sing, all the way from Canada. Lori, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here, Angelica.
Yes.
For the warm welcome.
And
Thank you, co-host.
Hindi, baka ma-sensor uli ako ng YouTube.
And actually, before I will move on, I would like to greet you happy Independence Day, to be National Independence Day. It means that we are free. We are free. We own this country and nobody
Yeah. All right.
So,
Take it away, Lori Vlog. Sing.
as we celebrate, thank you. As we celebrate this Independence Day, I will dedicate this song to all of you and also to entire world.
She's going to
This song
sing.
entitled entitled Echo I Feel You. It was composed by George Francisco, and he was under commission from First Lady Imelda Marcos. That was long time ago. So here we go. Ang tuko'y mahal ikaw. Ika sa aking puso at ika'y mukha'y ganda. Sa Pilipinas, sa aking bayan, dasay ng world, ang sinangan. Wari natin mo ng kayamanan ng may kapal. Ikaw sa aking kanino, sa mabuti lang lahat. Sa aking katutubo, ang ating ako'y Pilipino. Ako
Ay, Pilipino. Keep going.
ay Pilipino. Ako'y Pilipino. Sa bansang sangdiwa, ang iniliti ko. Bayan ko'y pagtila, na ako'y magdiwa.
Ang Pilipino ay tayo. Great job, Lori. Great job. No, I
Sorry, I was like, my nervous was caught me.
it's okay, sis. It's not
Maybe we can just restart it again.
it's not easy to be on online singing. It's much easier when you do it live, physically here. So let's sing at the end. Let's sing the very end. Ako ay Pilipino. If you wanna sing it, well, let's sing it together. Oh, are you still?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Like the ako
Yes.
ay Pilipino.
Yes. Ay Pilipino, ako'y Pilipino, isang bansa sanghiwa, minimiti ko. Bayan ko't Mandila, ang isang hiwa. Yes! Thank you so much, Lori Vlogsing. And Lori is Filipina all the way from Mountain Province. Kaya we can feel the love and harmony of the Mountain Province in Lori's beautiful voice. And thank you so much, Lori, for that beautiful rendition. And as we are about to close the first segment, and we thank you for being here. It was just a dream for me to have you be my guest. And right now you are live at Entre Mujeres Radio.
I'm sorry, it's not that perfect.
It's okay.
We can do like I make it up maybe next time.
Yes, I will have your story next time and more to come. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Lori.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and a happy Philippine Independence Day to all our kababayan back in Canada. Can you?
Yeah, thank you, Ate and Hannah, and to all your company there.
And greet your people from the Mountain Province in your dialect.
I'm going to greet my family and to all people in our province. I'm going to speak on our language.
Yes.
Kakasat na kababagyan, aading and mamanang lula.
That's
and
Lori
lolo.
Blacksing.
Salamat sinay Chipo ay gawat ng Ate Ria ang saan ay great na kayo si Philippine Independence Day. It means it's a freedom, it's our freedom and our Philippines from that state, something like that. And nanyaman ako happy dun sa na sikakalat na kayo amin. And always very glad na
Amen. Thank you so much, Lord. And as we end our first segment of our broadcast, Boy Boys America will be right back. See you soon. Yay! Walang commercial ito dahil nasa live broadcast tayo on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. And you are seeing right now what's behind the scene of Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. I have to close the showing the station earlier because YouTube has removed that broadcast because they saw that I am showing other things. So that's why I have to reopen my live streaming right now. So thank you so much to the 10 million of you who are watching right on YouTube at Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. And that right now is the commercial of Buhay Buhay sa Amerika And we thank all the sponsors for their support. Thank you so much for joining. And ang aking magandang anak na si Hana ay nandito. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Oh, two? I thought only one.
Dr. Rachel D. Miller, Mr. Lami Williams Matubo of France, Joanne Fabio Anderson of Valento House, Dr. Lo Dao of Dao Center, Mr. and Mrs. Magic and Letty Ragindin of Valley of the Sun Home Health Care, Queen Jocelyn Silvosa, and Queen Vanessa Montialvo Hodges.
Yes, my daughter Hannah.
Aquino and Julian Maraming salamat.
PCAB. And we're back.
Itong nagbabalik ang buhay-buhay sa Amerika ni Real News.
Hola, we're back for our second segment of Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. Napakabilis ng 15 minutes has passed. And now we are talking about, as we mentioned earlier, we mentioned our Independence Day celebration. But at this time, I wanted to focus on what is going on in our local neighborhood and situation today. As you know, I am broadcasting live at Entre Mujeres Radio here in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. And as you know, that we are still under COVID situation. And in fact, the COVID is on the rise in Arizona today. And we are very grateful to our Madam Flor Magbanwa Mansour and Mr. Jamal Mansour and SIP MD for promoting pre-swab for and testing of COVID testing. Right now is ongoing at the Halo Halo area. It's located Halo Halo Kitchen located at West Dunlap. It's in 35th Avenue and Dunlap, 35th Avenue, West Dunlap in Phoenix, Arizona. And there are, according to Miss Flor Magbanwa Mansour, they have prepared 200 swabs. So for those of you, you need to be registered. But I think if you have not registered, you can still be able to participate into this pre rapid test, nasal, finger stick, and available. No insurance are needed, but if I think you just need to contact the Grace Home Health and SIP MD for this promotion. So one way our kababayan will be reminded of, we are still under the situation that we should not be forgetting to wear masks and to make sure that we wash our hands. Washing our hands is the most effective way and the most inexpensive way of protecting ourselves, and as well as keeping yourself hydrated, eat nutritious, and sustain yourself, make yourself healthy. And what else would I forget, Hannah?
Don't go out as much as you probably like. I know it might seem like much of the country has basically like gotten tired of the coronavirus and now like they're practically ignoring it. However, I think it's still smart for people to like recognize and remember that it's still like a really dire situation that the country's in right now.
Well, thank you. A smart advice from a 17-year-old. So thank you so much for joining me. And kung meron kayong suggestion, maraming nanonood sa atin. Hana, they said, Uncle Danny Aguilar of title holder, our film director and movie composer of title holder, the movie. Danny Aguilar says, best of luck to Buhay Buhay sa America and great job, Hannah.
Thank
So
you.
this is the first time Hannah is my co-host, as well as she's going to speak on the matters that is happening in our situation and our world today. Hannah, how do you feel about what's going on in our country and in as a young generation Filipino American, especially Blasian? Uh, can you speak in
Um,
behalf of the 2020 graduates, meaning young generation?
I think that honestly, at this moment, the graduation of like that is like in the span of these past like few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I would say graduation and like it's honestly a really like melancholy situation that I guess people have found themselves in,
Mm-hmm.
where like with like not only a pandemic occurring, but like with also like every like the racism and anti-blackness throughout like not only American but like many other ethnic communities across the country, like the anti-blackness found in those communities has been like I guess unearthed, and then people are starting to have those conversations with each other. And while it is a good thing, it is like something that's very frustrating and honestly, it's draining, honestly, like having to experience it your whole life. And now, very recently, companies and I guess, yeah, companies and corporations are starting to recognize, like, I guess that like Black people exist. Like, most recently with the Band Aid company, like, finally making band-aids that accommodate multiple skin tones and things like the first Black Bachelor appearing like in 25 seasons. Things like that. It's I guess frustrating and almost performative in how those companies they've been they've been part of like a person's life for for such a long time. However, only recently it's almost performative in how these companies are just starting to like recognize that there are Black people who use their products and like consume what they put out. And it's frustrating because on one hand you can like be appreciative of the fact that they're doing something now, but at the same time you've had all of these years to do something about it and they haven't.
Well, I'm pleased. I think it's the best thing is being heard and being noticed, being recognized. So I am. This is my daughter Hannah, and she's 17-year-old. Hannah just graduated from.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
I have to repeat myself. She will say, but for us to hear such comment from at young age, I want to ask your comment as young people, as an older generation of Filipino, of especially my audience are mostly Filipino. What is your take on what is the situation that is happening in our country today and in our world today? And as we Filipinos, we are very much spread all over the world. So there is no way that we will not be affected by anything. We are always going to be affected by one country's situation. And especially we are here in America, the land of the free and the land of opportunity. What is happening in our country today is basically affects not only us, but the rest of our family and our loved ones everywhere in the world. Because as we know, as I said, Filipinos are everywhere in the world today. So we want to hear your comments. We want to hear your voice at this broadcast. And your comments on Facebook is what I'll be able to read. So I want to hear from you. And let's give a voice to the voiceless at this time.
I would like to argue that while I do understand the point that you're making, however, as you have just said, it is like something like listening to the Black voices on this issue is something that's most important, and raising awareness for those voices. So while it is important for Filipino people and other Asian Americans to be able to speak out about what they have felt what they have faced in this country, this is a conversation that like that is primary like it is this is like an issue that is like primarily like affecting Black people. So I think the best thing for Filipinos and other Asian Americans to do, instead of I guess speaking out on their discrimination and experiences with racism, instead it's something that they can fix like internally with by like like having conversations with themselves and their families on like what are your like perceptions of Black people, because I think it's a well-known fact that like a lot of like a good like most I feel like most ethnic communities are like anti-Black to an extent, and that's something that like people are like raised with. It's not like they're knowingly acting like that, but like there's some things that like you might have been raised like, oh, I think Black people are like thugs, or like I think Black people are like poor, things like that. Like those generalizations based on race, those are like the smaller pieces of like I guess like casual like racism that people will often let slide. However, by letting those things slide and staying silent on those like topics, it will like contribute to greater like I guess like a greater prejudice against Black people. So I think
Yep.
Asian Americans should start having those conversations with like, oh, how do you feel about like, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement? How do you feel about Black people? And like think back like to how you were raised and like how you can actively be a better ally for Black people.
That's well said, Hannah. Well said. And I believe I'm so glad I brought my daughter with me because she can speak in behalf of the young people. And I truly believe that um, it's about time for all of us as Filipinos to take
To
part
have that
that
conversation.
conversation because it runs deep in our bone. We in fact we are Filipinos with a dark skin complexion, and yet we prefer to be white, to
Things
be
like that.
lighter,
Yeah, things like that.
because we think that when you it's not just me, but it is it it's ingrained in us in the movie industry, in our media. We portray that the one who is taking the lead actors are mostly the whiter complexion, and the one who takes the role that is lesser uh, desired, which is always the one, the villain will always be the dark complexion, even among our own movies, even our own stories that you hear. It's always you think that the black is not beautiful because they are always at the sideline. So if this is a time that we should be real to ourselves, that we're not talking only of the black Americans in this country, but we ourselves as Filipinos should take the lead and say, enough. We have to be appreciative of our color of our skin, whether we are darker complexion or we are lighter in complexion. It is not the color of our skin that is making us beautiful, but it is the heart. It is the content of our character that determines beauty, and goodness prevails to anyone despite any color we we have in outside of the skin. So this is like a very serious talk, and I that